There are 3 easy steps in creating your resume link. Let me show you how.
Step 1. Register. Go to www.jobs180.com using any browser and click Register Now. Fill out all the information needed. In choosing your resume link, use your full name so that it looks professional and it's easy to recall by potential employers. For example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz .jobs180.com. Step 2. Create and design. When creating your resume, make sure to complete your personal information and upload your profile picture. One of the highlights of the resume link is the portfolio section. In the portfolio section, you can show off your skills by uploading samples of your work like documents, pictures, videos, and your social media links.
Your resume link also features different themes and you can upload a cover photo. This is a combination of a cover letter and a social network cover photo. Here is an example. You can also download a copy of your resume link and print it. Step 3. Apply for a job. There are many ways to apply with your resume link.
First is browsing the job recommendations in your Jobs 180 dashboard.
If you're qualified, click Submit Resume Link. So what are you waiting for? Dress up your next generation resume, stand out brightly among the competitive job seekers in the market, and win the heart of your future employers using Resume Link.
Alright, so good morning everybody. Welcome to Jobs180.com's Marketing Me Live at Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Taguig. So today we will be joined by speakers from Jobs180.com, Sept, and Aspect. So before we start, may we invite everybody for a short prayer followed by singing of the national anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas. Kayang magiliw, elas ang sinakalan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay, upang
Okay, so again, welcome everybody. Ready na ba kayo? So, by the way, my name is Joyce and I'm from the Academic Linkages and I will be your today's host. And we are live via Facebook and YouTube. So, we hope that everybody is excited to learn new things today. Okay, so to officially start today's session, may we invite Dr. Marisa B. Ferrer, Director of PUP Taguig, for her opening remarks.
A pleasant day to everyone. After a challenging 4 or 5 years of your life in college, now I want to congratulate you for a job well done. But at the same time, welcome to the world of unemployed, especially to some who did not find a job yet, while to others who fortunate enough to be absorbed by a company, welcome also to the jungle of corporate world. Once again, you are there facing another crossroad of your life. For sure, newly graduates like you may find yourself in a state of dilemma before making an important step or major decision in your career. Today is your stepping stone for success. In order to let your profession move in the right direction, you must know the path you need to follow. Being ready and having everything will make your life simpler. Our experts will help you to achieve a clearer picture of your goal and what obstacles you will face on this new journey of your life. And lastly, an important ingredient to your roadway to success, always remember that in everything you do, put God first in your life, and He will crown your efforts with success. So, prepare to be inspired, motivated, and equipped. God bless us all.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ferrer. And bago natin kilalanin ang ating mga speakers, of course, let's watch a video clip from PUP.
Allow me to share with you my vision for the university. I envision PUP to become the pioneering and leading national polytechnic university in the 21st century. With a national polytechnic university status, it will bring more opportunities for the university to further strengthen its academic programs and improve organizational performance as an institution for higher education. In pursuit for this vision, my mission for PUP is for it to recognize its catalytic role for national development. PUP will ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities through a re-engineered polytechnic education. By re-engineering, we look into the existing processes and programs in order to achieve higher quality of academic programs and services following the principles of effectiveness and efficiency. With this mission in mind, I have formulated 10 pillars as my reform agenda for the university. Pillar 1. Dynamic, transformational, and responsible leadership. Empower academic and administrative leaders by following the core principles of good governance to create collective growth and unity. Here I would like to highlight an innovation by introducing the development of an integrity management plan to assess, plan, and implement anti-corruption strategies that will secure the institution against corruption and abuse. Likewise, asset management and resource generation will be aggressively pursued to ensure productivity and finance the implementation of the plans and projects for the university. Pillar 2. Responsive and innovative curricula and instruction. We aim to provide world-class polytechnic education that responds to national and global needs by developing intellectually challenging curricula and design academic programs that are based on industry demands to provide the learners with adequate and relevant competencies and skills and prepare them for a successful and rewarding careers. In a rapidly changing world, we recognize the paradigm shift in curriculum to outcome-based education with lifelong learning approach. Pillar 2 also sits on the framework of internationalization of Philippine higher education through transnational education by promoting academic mobility among faculty and students and global dimension into the curricula and teaching process. Pillar 3, enabling and productive learning environment. Following education in Industry 4.0, we aim to increase and enhance the use of new technology to enable student learning and engagement, as well as advanced teaching process and methodology through new and state-of-the-art facilities that will support the overall learning and teaching experience in the university. Pillar 3 likewise includes campus development and the provision of conducive learning centers and facilities for students and faculty. Pillar 4, holistic student development and engagement. We will empower students as well as rounded learners and active young leaders as we open opportunities for various academic mobility and venues for honing skills and personal development, being the principal stakeholder of the university. Recognize academic freedom as a form of self-expression and a platform to showcase students' intellect, skills, and creativity. Pillar 5, empowered faculty members and employees. Likewise, we are looking into the holistic development of our faculty and employees as productive, competent, and experts in their respective fields. We will encourage our faculty roster through formal education, capacity building, research and extension initiatives, faculty immersion, and other academic engagements, both local and abroad. We will ensure that both our faculty and employees will have a vibrant career development path as public servants in this state university. Pillar 6, vigorous research production and utilization. We will continue to strengthen the research culture in the university by promoting discovery and innovation through increasing disciplinary and collaborative research integration across academic disciplines to create new knowledge, utilize research findings, and develop innovative products. Pillar 7, global academic standards and excellence. Achieve the highest levels of recognition in quality and compliance standards from CHED, AACUP, and other international accrediting and regulatory bodies for higher education. We will intensify our efforts to achieve and sustain better academic performance and continue to excel as a top-performing school in various professional licensure examinations and produce board top-notchers as well as sustain our status of being the most preferred graduates of employers. Likewise, we aim to establish and to be recognized as centers of development and excellence in our academic programs. Pillar 8, synergistic, productive strategic networks and partnerships. Synergize and forge strategic linkages and partnerships across all sectors of society and the global community in line with the overall plans and programs of the university. Establish alliance with the government, industry sector, NGOs, and the academe will lead to resource sharing, program support, and research collaborations beneficial for all. Pillar 9, active and sustained stakeholders engagement. Harness a healthy and harmonious organization by empowering all its stakeholders, both internal and external, through open communication networks, consultative and participative undertakings, and team-building activities, recognizing that all stakeholders can greatly contribute towards the betterment of the university. Pillar 10, sustainable social development programs and projects. Expand access to education knowledge building, and information dissemination through sharing of expertise and resources for community development. Support inclusivity approach and education by embarking on Education on Wheels, which aims to bring access to education closer to communities, following the principle of no one will be left behind. As the University of the People, we should bring the university closer to their hearts to serve their needs and extend assistance in mainstreaming public service. Our institution must continue to stand as one for the values that we have inculcated. For the past 115 years, we have exemplified our quest for truth, excellence, equity, relevance, effectiveness, integrity, and academic freedom. Lastly, I call upon each and everyone to join me in this journey. Together we stand as one para sa sintang paaralan para sa ating bayan.
All right, so thank you, Tat. So as usual, for the PUPNs, please comment your name and year, strand, and type in your question so that we can answer them later after the talk. So this is your chance, guys. I-ask nyo lang yung mga gusto nyo i-ask sa mga speakers natin at i-answer nila yan. And please don't forget to share this to your friends too. Yung mga wala pa rin dito, pwede nyo na po silang sabihan para makawatch na sila. Nakasama natin. Okay, so here is our schedule for today. So we have the online applications using our resume link by jobs180.com. And another topic is virtual interviews, which will be discussed by FactSet. And last, the new normal world of work and how to secure pre-employment requirements, which will be discussed by ASPAC. All right. So again, shout out to everyone who is here na. Again, please comment your name. And as we go along, type in your questions so we can read it later. Okay, so kilalanin na po natin ang ating unang speaker. So first, we have the Managing Director of Jobs180.com. He has 20 years of experience in sales, marketing, business development, customer service, operations, business process, and human resources. And as a trusted resource speaker, he has done over 1,000 plus career development seminars in more than 400 plus colleges and universities nationwide. Again, the Managing Director of Jobs180.com, Mr. Kim Chua. Hi, Sir Kim.
Everyone, allow me to share to you how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. A lot of you are now looking for a job and exploring for the next chapter in your life. I hope that this session will be able to help you. Not only you, but the people that you know that needs help in terms of how to make a job-winning resume. Yan. So yan na tinatawag natin resume link. A lot of platforms right now, mga online platforms are being offered left and right. But for you to know paano to magiging job-winning tool or job-winning resume to, meron akong checklist. So go with me, with all these checklists. Your checklist should include the following. Number 1, kailangan mag-stand out ka. When you look for a job, you have to be able to stand out. Because if you're not going to be able to stand out, then I think you'll just be part of the crowd. You'll be one of the next applicant na wala lang, na hindi mapapansin. Another thing that should be in your checklist is that you should only have one file. Hindi dapat maraming files na iba-iba sinesend sa mga companies. Mas maganda, isang file lang para pag sinend mo, lahat ng details mo nandoon na. Another thing in your checklist is that it should make the process more efficient. Ibig sabihin, mas mabilis mag-submit, mas mabilis makita ng HR, at mas mabilis kayo makontak for possible next steps na or possible job offer na. Now, another thing in my checklist is that dapat tipid ito, wala itong gastos. The tool that I will show you today, wala itong gastos. Libre po ito. At higit sa lahat, ito ang pinaka-importante sa lahat. This should be in your checklist. The tool should be secured. Okay, more than anything, importante talaga ang data. Pero ang data ninyo, dapat yung protectionan. And using this tool, this is the most secured resume kung tawagin. Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Let me go through the next slides na. Okay? Ito ang tinatawag na resume link. Okay? A personalized URL for anyone can open online anytime. I will use an example para makarelate kayo. If you are John Santos, ang link mo or resume link mo pwede maging johnsantos.jobs180.com. Ganun lang kasimple. At yan na po ang resume link nyo. So how do you make one? Go with me through the 3 simple steps. First step is you have to register. Absolutely wala tong bayad. Libre po ito. How do you register? You go to the website of jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com at dun ka mag-register on the upper right side of your screen. Now, as you do that, you have to put the basic information. Okay? So, alam nyo na anong mga information yan. Hindi ko na isa-isahin. Babawasan nyo naman at alam nyo naman ano dapat ilagay. Now, as you create your account, you have to use a valid email. Okay? Now, before we go to the email, paalala ko lang, sa mga nag-isip sa inyo, paano kung hindi ako si John Santos, ano gagawin kong resume link? O yan, baka nag-isip kayo eh. So, if ever lang, meron kang kapangalan, okay, just so happen na may ibang John Santos na nauna sa inyo, ano mangyayari? Magkakaroon doon na red na box, sasabihin niya, this name has already been taken. Huwag kayong malungkot, pag taken na, okay lang, just be creative. Pwede mo gawin, baliktarin mo. Gawin mo santosjohn.jobs180.com o kaya J Santos o kaya Santos J o kaya JS o kaya SJ. Depende kung ano gusto mo gawin. Basta importante, wala kang kapangalan. Okay? Wala kang kapareho. Now, when you do this, huwag kayong OA. Do not create yung mga ganong klaseng over creative na mga resume link because it doesn't look professional. Imagine submitting to a company with your resume link that says eljablo.jobs180.com. Hindi yan mukhang professional. Okay? Now, when you register, please use a valid email. Ito yung emphasis ko lang sa pag-create nyo ng account na dapat gamitin yung email, yung nabubuksan yung email, kagaya ng Gmail, Yahoo, or any email na nabubuksan nyo. Do not create, example lang yung mga email na kagaya ng ganito, patricia@facebook.com na email. Huwag kang gagamit ng joseph@facebook.com na email to register. In short, huwag mong gagamitin yung @facebook.com na email. Because if you use @facebook.com na email, you will no longer be able to receive notification being sent to you by the companies as well as jobs180.com. Importante po na nabubuksan nyo yung email nyo kasi kailangan mo i-verify yung account mo. Okay? It is very important that you verify your account as a proof na ikaw nag-register at pangalawa, para ikaw yung makapag-apply. If you don't do this, if you don't verify, walang mangyayari sa account nyo. Okay? So sayang lang. So you have to verify to finish the first step. Okay? How do you verify? Just open your email, look for the link, click mo yung verify, you're done with the first step. Okay? Tapos na yung first step. Ano yung first step? Register. Wala tong bayad. Let's go to the second step. Ang second step, ang pinaka-logical sa lahat. Kailangan kumpleto ang detalye nyo. So how do you do that? You go back again to your account by going to the website of jobs180.com. This time, hindi mo kailangan mag-register. Ang gagawin mo, mag-login. Pag login mo, lagay mo dito yung email nyo or resume link nyo, kayo lang may alam yan, at lalo na yung password nyo na kayo lang talaga may alam yan. So when you do that, you now go inside your account. Pag nasa loob na kina-account nyo, ano gagawin nyo? Mabilis na lang ito. Fill in the blanks. Okay? Now, I don't have to go through all the information here because definitely, alam mo naman pag sinabi ditong name, malamang pangalan nyo. Pag nakalagay dito address, malamang address nyo. Diba? So, you put all the information ninyo dito. Okay? Lagay nyo. Then, what else do you put in here? Importante po, lagay dito lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak ng isang HR. Kagaya ng social media account nyo. Diba? Hindi lang email tsaka phone number. Bakit? Most of the time, ano nangyayari? Okay, let me tell you. Marami sa inyo nilalagay nyo phone number nyo. Pero pag tinatawagan kayo ng HR, hindi nyo sinasagot. Lalo na pag hindi mo kilala. Hala, sino kaya ito? Hindi mo sasagutin. Diba? Kasi takot kayo, baka nagsascam or whoever yung tumatawag. So, ano mangyayari sa mga HR? Mag-i-email kami ngayon sa inyo. But you don't open email more often than you open your social media account. So, I recommend lahat ng posibleng paraan na pwede ka makontak na isang HR, ilagay mo dito. Kagaya ng mga Facebook nyo or Twitter nyo para mabilis ay makapag-PM. Private message, makapag-invite for the next step. Okay? What else do you put here? You also put here your work options, yung mga work experience nyo. Pagdating po sa work options, you can see on the screen, you have 4 options na pwede nyo pagpilian. Parang switch lang yan. Yes, no switch, on, off switch. So you can choose here, example, looking for OJT, lagay mo yes if you're looking for OJT right now. And later on, pag hindi na, turn it off. Edi lagay mo no. Diba? So depende yan kung anong mas trip nyo or ano mas pasok dun sa hinahanap nyo right now. What the system will do is it will try to match you with companies who are also looking for the same profile with what you have. Yan yung kagandahan ng tool natin. Hindi mo kailangan mag door-to-door para mag-submit ng resume link ninyo. Okay? What else do you put here? You put here your school under education. Even later on, Okay? Pagka-graduate nyo, you can also put here your schools. Yung mga nag-take pa kayo ng further studies, pwede mo rin ilagay dito. Okay? So walang limit sa space yan. Pagdating ko sa seminars attended, ganun din. Kahit gaano karami, pwede nyo ilagay dito. Kahit magkopyahan pa kayo. Just make sure lang alam mo yung seminar na yon. Kaya baka matanong ka sa interview. Pagdating po sa certification, ganun din. Put all the certification programs that you've had, you put it here. Okay? When it comes to the achievement, do not limit your achievement only inside the school. Hindi lahat na nakikinig ngayon ay Dean's Lister. Hindi kayo lahat dito ay honor student. Diba? Ayan, nag-agree marami sa inyo. So, hindi lang po ang achievement nakabase sa academic excellence. Some of you are student leaders. So, if you're active sa school, you also put it here kung ano yung mga pinagkakabalahan nyo. And hindi lang sa loob ng school, even outside the school. If you're active in your barangay, halimbawa, isa kang tanod, ilagay mo dyan. Diba? Yan yung mga achievement ninyo. So you put it here. Bakit? Because what you're doing now is you're trying to market yourself more effectively to that prospective company. Okay? Now, when it comes to the skills and languages, ito yung common observation namin mga HR. Pagdating sa skills, nilalagay mo lang na skills yung mga umiikot lang sa course nyo. Hindi porkat communication arts ang course mo, com arts lang ang skills na alam mo. Hindi porkat engineering ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-engineering. Hindi porkat tourism or HRM ang course mo, ang alam mo lang na skill ay pang-tourism at pang-HRM. Maybe some of you are into multimedia, into photography, into videography, into something else, arts, crafts, whatever. Lahat ng yan, skills nyo yan. Remember, what you're doing here is you're marketing yourself more effectively. Kaya kung ako sa inyo, ilagay mo dito lahat ng skills na alam ninyo. Pagdating po sa languages, ganun din. Huwag mong ilimit yan sa dalawang lengguwahe lang. Because I'm sure alam nyo na yung dalawa. Kung dalawa lang talaga alam nyo, din dalawa lang. Ano tong dalawang to? English and Tagalog or Filipino. Okay? Now, if you know other local dialect, Bisaya, Kapampangan, Sabacano, Ilonggo, you can also put it here. If you know foreign languages, German, French, Chinese, Japanese, diba, Korean, pwede mo ilagay dyan. Okay? Walang limit sa space yan. When it comes to the references, sigurado ko yung mga references nyo, kilala nyo. Ang malaking tanong dito kayo ba'y kilala nila? Sana oo, di ba? Kasi madalas pag tumatawag kami sa mga references nyo, hindi kayo maalala. So please tell them, ginawa nyo silang reference para at least they know what to tell about you. Okay? Now at this point, to make your life easier, kung sakali lang nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo in your Word file or maybe in your doc file, depende kung anong file nyo, PDF file, whatever file you have. Kung nakagawa ka na ng resume nyo, simple na lang. Just copy all the information inside dito. No, ilagay mo sa loob ng resume link. Just transfer them here inside the resume link para maging secured yung data nyo. Okay? Kung bakit secured, I'll tell you as we go along. Okay? So yung mga sinabi ko, I think alam nyo na yan. Alam nyo na yan. Okay? Itong mga susunod kong papakita, ito yung mga amazing na portion. Let me start with the portfolio section. Ano yung portfolio section? This is the part where you now upload evidence of your skills. Example, ano ebidensya na graduate na kayo later on? Diploma, di ba? Transcript. Ano pa? Toga? Hindi ebidensya yung toga. Okay? Kung ano man meron nyo, di ba? Certificate, diploma, yan. Ebidensya yan. Okay? Kung transcript of records is evidence na graduate na kayo. Ano ebidensya na wala kayong criminal record? NBA clearance, police clearance, di ba? Ano ebidensya na pwede ka pumunta sa ibang bansa? Passport, visa, lahat ng mga sinasabi mong mga skills mo or yung mga what you're claiming that you know, you can now support them here sa portfolio section by showing those documents. Diba? Anong ebidensya na ikaw ay healthy? Meron kang medical clearance. Anong ebidensya na pwede ka mag-drive ng sasakyan? Meron kang driver's license. Diba? So gets nyo na yung sinasabi ko. Ang point ko lang is you can now put the things here to support yung claim nyo of your skills. Now, you're starting to think, Sir, kung pare-pareho naman kaming graduate sa school namin, pare-pareho kami magkakaklase, same yung course namin, same yung school, same yung teachers, same yung curriculum, pare-pareho lang naman kami lahat, walang experience sa trabaho, how will we stand out? Ayan, di ba? Okay, ito ngayon yung isang magandang recommendation ko sa inyo on how you now stand out. You get your smartphones. Kunin mo yung mga smartphones nyo. Kung wala, manghiram sa kaibigan. Okay, hiram mo sa kaibigan mo. I-record mo yung selfie video mo. You say something interesting about yourself. Record it in about 30 seconds to 1 minute lang. Huwag na masyadong mahaba. Ano gagawin mo? Pretend that you are being interviewed by the HR. So you answer basic questions like, tell me something about yourself. O diba? Ano yung mga gasgas sa tanong natin? Why should we hire you? O diba? Just imagine na tinanong ka ng HR at sasagutin mo na lang siya. Ang maganda lang ngayon, recorded mo. So kung di mo type yung sagot, edi delete mo. Pag type mo, you save it. Then you upload it sa YouTube or sa Vimeo. Maraming mga video channel na libre, mga video converter sa online. Hanapin mo lang. And when you're done, you put that video link doon sa portfolio section nyo. O, di ba? This time, it will definitely make you stand out because depende na to sa diskarte mo on how you're going to present yourself. Okay? So I leave it up to you on how you do that. Now, another thing for you to do, na sure akong hindi to makokopya ng classmate mo, ay yung picture mo. Diba? So you put your profile picture here. Now, when it comes to the picture, hindi kailangan sobrang formal na formal. Hindi kailangan pumunta sa studio. Huwag na kayo gumastos. Ang importante dito, tumingin kayo sa camera. Plain background. Okay? Plain background, tumingin kayo sa camera. Wear something, of course. Wear something decent. Okay? Do not upload profile pictures that look like the right side of your screen. Yung mga sample na yan, hindi po maganda example yan. Okay? So, huwag kayong maglagay ng mga ganun kasi mga sample ng profile picture. Now, another good thing pa that will make you stand out using the resume link is your cover photo. Yes! A picture paints 1,000 words. Yan ang kasabihan na very, very applicable dito. A lot of you who are listening today, hindi kayo gifted with writing skills. Hirap kayo i-express ang inyong feelings at inyong thoughts into words. Hindi mo ma-type, hindi mo ma-sulat. Tama? Hirap tayo eh. Bakit? Hindi natural sa atin yan. Pero pagdating sa picture, kaya mo i-express yung inyong personality. Look at the examples I'm showing you. Look at the one on the left. Ano siya? Isa siyang ophthalmologist or optometrist. Sabi naman ng iba, eye expert. Di ba? Ina sa kanan, ano siya? Sabi ng iba, sir, parang IT. Sir, techie siguro kasi maraming gadget, pati stapler, gadget niya. Di ba? O sabi ng iba naman, sir, parang makalat. O depende na kung how you are going to interpret it. But the way I see it, itong taong to, multitasker. Okay? Another good example I'm showing you is this one. Someone from psychology, someone from neurologist, or maybe someone who knows left and right. Ganun lang kasimple. No? So, depende yan how you're going to express yourself. Okay? Another good example pa, itong person na to, ang gusto niya sabihin, there's no shortcut to success. You will be able to reach your goal by taking one step at a time. O, di ba? So, I'm showing you good examples. Hindi yan member na Akit Bahay Gang. Hindi rin po yan social climber, in case that's what you're thinking. So, kung nagpakita ko ng magaganda example, I will also show you yung mga hindi magandang example para wag niyong gagayahin. Huwag kayo magpapaka-misteryoso. Okay? Make sure you put your picture there. Okay? Kasi maraming pangalan ngayon interchangeable. Ako mismo, guilty ako dyan. My name is Kim. A lot of people think babae ako. Ako rin mismo, napagkakamala ko yung mga aplikante, panakita ko, Chris, George, Alex, Sam. O, diba? Minsan isipin ko, Joey, lalaki. Yung pala, babae. Diba? So you better put your picture there para at least alam ng HR who to expect. Okay? Now, when you make your resume link, dapat may laman talaga yan. Kasi kung walang laman yan, ganyan itsura niyan. Blanco. And how do you expect companies will look, or HR from companies will look at your profile if you submit to them resume links that look like this? It's like submitting a piece of a paper, bond paper, or long bond paper, short bond paper na walang laman except pangalan mo. And that's the same as this one. So hindi yan papansinin ng mga HR for sure. Okay? Sayang lang oras nyo at oras ng HR. Kailangan attractive. Okay? When I say attractive or catchy, do not overdo it naman. Now, this is just in my opinion. In my opinion, I think this one is not a good example. Kasi ang dating niya parang tamad, parang happy-go-lucky, parang chill-chill lang, no? Parang ganoon na dating. So, I leave it up to you on how you'll be, expressing yourself na dito. Okay? So, sa mga personality nyo. Alam niyo na anong dapat nyo gawin at hindi nyo dapat gawin. So, showing a very good example is si iExpert. Tignan mo, lahat ng detalye niya, kompleto. Everything from top to bottom, kompleto lahat ng details, including yung kanyang mga portfolio section na nagpapatunay na siya ay isang licensed ophthalmologist. Pinakita niya lahat ng mga posibleng hingiin pa sa kanya ng mga HR. So bakit ko sinabi sa inyo napapabilis yung buhay dito? Hindi lang buhay nyo. Pati buhay rin ng HR napapabilis. Because once you submit all this information to that company, when the HR opens your resume link and sees everything about you, dalawa lang ang pwedeng mangyari niyan. One is, nahuli mo atensyon, gusto ka niya ngayon kausapin or schedule for the next step, like interview or possibly job offer, or hindi ka nag-fit. Yun yung second. Diba? Para at least, ang maganda rito, hindi na pabalik-balik, hindi na siya tatawag para sabihin, hello ma'am, meron ka bang evidence na graduate ka na talaga sa school na yan? Can you send me your transcript? Diba? Can you send me yung mga evidence or yung mga sample skills or sample work mo kasi you are in IT or in graphic design? Diba? Gets mo ibig ko sabihin? Wag nang pabalik-balik, sayang yung oras. Okay? Time is of the essence, lalo na ngayon. So you put everything there, at least pag nakita ng HR, diretso na kagad sa pagprocess sa inyo. Okay? A lot of you are now thinking, Sir, pag gumawa ako ng resume link at nilagay ko lahat ng information ko dyan, baka naman yung mga data ko nakakalat na sa buong mundo. Baka naman yung mga information ko nakalantad na sa buong internet. The answer is, no. Kaya nga siya tinawag na the most secured resume. Okay? Bakit siya tinawag na most secured resume? Because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings. Follow the screen. Inside your dashboard, when you log in, you can go to your settings. Sa settings mo, to be specific, puntahan mo yung privacy settings. In your privacy settings, you choose the information that you want to show in public. Halimbawa lang you do not want to show your birthday. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita yung address mo. What do? Turn it off. Ayaw mo pakita ang inyong references. What do? Turn it off. So lahat na naka-off, hindi lalabas sa public. At sino may control niyan? Kayo lang. O, di ba? Ang maganda pa rito, real-time update yan. Halimbawa, today, you decide not to show your birthday, your address, and references. And then 5 minutes later, you decide, sige, pakita ko na nga birthday ko. Turn it on. Real-time. 5 minutes later, the moment you save your settings, lahat na binigyan mo ng resume link, updated na rin sila real-time. As in real-time. Di ba? Ayos, di ba? Sige, tuloy natin. Tuloy pa natin to. So, reminders ko na lang sa mga late na dumating or kakakinig lang, when you make your resume link, make sure that your profile is interesting and attractive. Okay? Wag OA. Iba yung over naman yun. No? Wag naman ganun. So, make sure it's attractive, it's catchy. Complete all the information, especially your contact details. Kasi sayang naman lahat ng ginawa mo, nahuli mo attention, hindi ka makontak ng HR. Details yun na updated. Okay? So, yan. So, tapos na tayo sa 2 steps. Last step na lang. Ano yung first step? Recap lang. First step is register. Wala tong bayad. Libre po yan. Second step is for you to complete the information. Yan ang pinaka-logical. And the last step now is for you to submit. So, you're now thinking, okay to paano ko gagamitin ngayon yung resume link? Bigyan kita ng iba-ibang paraan. Okay, lahat ito practical application para makarelate kayo. Unang option, pumunta ka sa website ng jobs180.com. That's www.jobs180.com, and that's where you now start to look for companies. Type the companies that you're looking for. Pag may lumabas, edi good. Pag walang lumabas, edi wala. Okay, huwag din pilitin. Okay? Now, you can also see there a lot of companies, a lot of company logos that you can shop around, you can choose, learn about the company, and if you want to be part of the company, I recommend you submit your resume link kahit na hindi ka pa qualified. Let me repeat what I just said. If you want to be part of an organization, if you want to be part of that company, even if you are not yet qualified, I recommend you give your resume link to that company. Bakit? Imagine, kung ngayong hapon, ngayong araw, nagsubmit ka ng resume link sa isang kumpanya na naghahanap ng 3 years experience na aplikante. Wala ka pang 3 years experience. Okay lang. Because nabigay mo na yung resume link mo sa kanya, pagdating ng 2024, siguro naman by that time, meron ka ng 3 years experience, di ba? Kasi nag-work ka na ngayon by 2021. By 2024, may 3 years experience ka na, pwede ka na ma-qualify dun sa position in applyan mo. And you never know. That company might just contact you later on, provided that your details are still updated. So you have to update those information real time. Ayos ba? Ayos, di ba? Wala nang pabalik-balik. Hindi mo na kailangan magbalik-balik dun sa kumpanya para sabihin, nag-apply po ko sa inyo last year. Ako po yung OJT nyo 3 months ago. Wala nang ganun. Okay? Another practical application. When you submit your resumes through email, how do you do that? Madalas, ito ginagawa natin. Mag-email tayo, sasabihin natin, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. Ano gagawin nyo? I-attach mo yung Word file mo or PDF file mo. Tama? If that is how you're doing it, wag mo nang gawin yon. Wag ka na mag-attach ng anything sa email. Pampabagal lang yan, tsaka makaluma na yung style na yan. Bakit ko sinabi yon? Kasi hindi mo na kailangan talaga mag-attach ng anything. Ang gagawin mo, i-type mo na lang doon sa email mo yung resume link mo. Example, Dear HR Manager, I would like to apply for the following position. And this is my resume. In this example, Antonio Juan de la Cruz, 01.jobs180.com. That's it. Submit. I look forward to your information soon. Thank you. Send. Every time meron kang babaguhin sa details mo, hindi mo na kailangan padalhan yung HR. Kasi kung ginagamit mo mga attachment, ang kulit niyan eh. Ang kulit, saka nakapagod. Anong gagawin mo pag nagbago ka ng phone number? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated resume. Mamaya-maya, 2 weeks later, nagpalit ka ng phone number. Ano gagawin mo? Dear HR Manager, this is now my updated, most recent resume. O di ba? Every time meron kang babaguhin, padala ka na padala doon sa HR. Nakakapagod yan, hindi lang sa part nyo, kundi sa part din namin sa mga HR to keep track which one yung pinaka-updated na details. So this time, wala na kailangan. Palit-palit na lang kayo ng details nyo, update-update na lang sa loob ng resume link. Ayos ba? Ayos pa. Okay, tuloy pa natin to. Okay? If you want to print your resume, this is now the good news. You can now print your resume link. No matter how much information you have, the system will try to compress everything into one page. So kung gusto mo talaga mag-print ng papel at mag-submit sa mga kumpanya, walang kaso. Pumunta ka lang sa dashboard mo, hanapin mo yung print na option at mamili ka kung 1 column or 2 column version ang gusto mo i-print. What the system will do is it will try to compress everything into one page para tipid na. O, di ba? Now, usapang tipid. Ito mas tipid pa. Gusto mo mag-print ng resume pero gusto mo magtipid. Itong gawin mo. Gumawa ka ng resume link card. Ano tong resume link card? Sa isang pirasong long bond or short bond paper, mag-design ka ng maraming resume link card. No, maliliit lang, parang business card ang dating. In one piece of paper, I think you can make 10, 20 sets of cards. Depende sa size ng papel mo. At ang importante na ilagay mo dyan sa resume link card mo ay syempre ang inyong resume link. Diba? So, hindi mo na kailangan ilagay lahat ng details mo sa resume sa loob ng maliit na papel. Lagay mo lang resume link mo. And that is what you now give to the companies when you start applying. Look at the picture I'm showing you. Di ba? Tipid. Hindi lang tipid. Secured pa. Tingnan nyo. If you submit yung big paper resume nyo, long bond paper, sinubmit mo sa isang kumpanya, nag-apply ka. For some reason, nilipad ng hangin. Yung nakapulot ng papel na yan, alam na buong detalye mo because everything is in that one-page printout. Now, if you lose that small piece of paper, don't worry. Meron kang peace of mind. Bakit? Yung mga kapulot niyan, limited sa privacy settings mo because you have the ultimate control over your privacy settings kahit na i-type niya yan sa browser. Okay? So, ang recommend ko rin sa mga nakikinig, use the gadget. Take advantage of the technology. Use your gadget, your laptop, your cellphone, your tablet, kung ano man. Okay? Para ngayon kasi, this day and age, technology na ang gamitin natin. Kung mano-mano pa rin kayo, wala kayong gadget, okay lang. Huwag kayong malungkot. You can still submit to the companies by just simply writing the resume link on a piece of paper. As simple as that. Okay? So, again, sa mga nagtatanong, ano yung mga guidelines ko para makagawa ako ng job-winning resume? Ito yung guideline ko. Ito yung checklist ko. Are you using the right tool? That's the ultimate question. There are so many tools right now, but these are the things that you should consider when you make your resume. And that is the resume link. It already addresses the following. Number 1, security ng information mo. I hope by this time, you have peace of mind. Ito na ang pinaka-secure na information because you have the ultimate control over your privacy setting. Pangalawa, the speed of hire becomes faster. It becomes more efficient because whatever you need, whatever the HR needs, you can already put it inside the resume link. Another thing is that it's flexible. If you want to print, just in case lang gusto mo talaga mag-print ng resume nyo, you have the option to print it. And you don't have to worry about saan ko sinave yung file na yan, saan ko tinago, wala nang ganon. Just log into your account and print. Mamili ka lang kung 1 column or 2 column version. At higit sa lahat, wala po itong bayad. Tipid po ito. Walang bayad. Okay? Ang kailangan mo lang, of course, internet. Sa mga nag-iisip sa inyo, sir, kailangan ko ng pan-data. Pwede ka naman makakonect sa internet na walang data eh. Punta ka sa libreng wifi. Di ba? Baka yung kapitbahay nyo may libreng wifi o makagamit ka muna. Later on, pag may trabaho ka na, may sweldo na, bayaran mo yung wifi niya. O di ba? Bawi-bawi lang yan. No? Give and take. And there are a lot more benefits to just what I've mentioned. Marami pang iba. You can share your resume link to whatever platform you want to share it to. Gusto mo i-text? Gusto mo siya i-private message? Gusto mo i-send via Viber? Kayo bahala. Pwede mo i-share. Basta kayo may control. Ganun lang kasimple. No? Kung hindi mo ito binigay sa kahit kanino, hindi malalaman to nung taong yon. And you don't have to save it to whatever USBs or hard drive. No need na. Wala rin tong mga tipong version na kailangan pa mag-compatible. Walang ganun. Lahat ito compatible. Pwede lahat. Okay? So, shout out na lang ako. Shout out to all our school partners. By the grace of God, right now, we have about 400 plus colleges and university partners nationwide, including your alma mater. So thank you. We're very thankful for this opportunity that we're able to do this kahit tayo nasa loob ng bahay, kahit kayo ay nasa loob ng bahay. So hindi tayo physically nagpe-present, pero nakakatulong pa rin tayo, especially if you have friends or relatives whom you think would need this tool. Please share this to them. Okay? Sa mga nagtatanong naman ng mga frequently asked questions, sasagutin ko na. Ito kasi yung mga common questions na kadalasan tinatanong sa akin. Ang tanong, can I give my resume link to companies who do not know about jobs180.com? The answer is absolutely yes. It depends kung sino ang bibigyan mo. Ikaw may ultimate control niyan. Okay? Pangalawang question, is this the same as other job platform like LinkedIn, JobStreet, iba pang mga job site? The answer is no. Meron tong dalawang major difference. Yes. Lalo na pagdating sa security. Okay. Of course, explain lang ako Okay. With respect to the other sites that I've mentioned, let me just use JobStreet as an example para lang mas makarelate, no? Para makarelate. You can only use JobStreet resume if you're applying to companies who are also using JobStreet. If you're applying to a company who is not using JobStreet, you cannot use your JobStreet resume anymore. With your resume link, you can use this to any type of company, any platform, wherever they are. Kahit sa loob ng Pilipinas or sa labas ng Pilipinas, pwede mong applyan. Kahit hindi niya alam ang Jobs 180, basta alam niya ang resume link mo, pwede niya mabuksan ang profile at makita according to your settings. That's the first difference. Pangalawang difference, kung nabigay mo na, kung na-submit mo na ang JobStreet resume mo sa isang company, wala ka nang pwedeng baguhin. Lahat ng data mo nandun na yan sa HR. Yes. Hindi na magbabago yan real time. With your resume link, na-submit mo today, mali pala number mo, na-submit mo today, mali pala yung spelling mo, you can always edit it, enter, save it, real-time update. Lahat ng binigyan mo ng resume link, updated real-time. Ayos? Okay, tuloy tayo sa number 3 question. Number 3 question is the easiest question. Ang tanong dito is, can I keep my information secured? I hope by this time, na-convince ko na kayo na ito na ang pinaka-secured na platform. Okay? That's the reason why I'm sharing this to you. Okay? Number 4, I think this is the most important question. How often should you update your resume link? Ang sagot dito, hindi araw-araw, hindi linggo-linggo, hindi buwan-buwan, hindi taon-taon. Ang sagot dito ay every time. Every time na meron kayong babaguhin, lalo na ang contact details nyo. Yan ang importante. You have to update your contact details every time na meron kayong papalitan doon. Kasi yan yung paraan para makontak kayo ng mga companies. And the last question is just a trivia. Why is this called jobs180.com? This is called jobs180.com because we want to turn your life around. Yan, di ba? 180 degrees. Hindi siya 360. Kasi kung 360, bumalik ka lang kung saan ka galing. Di balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang, balik-balik ka lang. Di wala nangyari. Di ba? So you have to do it 180 degrees. It's a straight line towards your career goal. Okay? Just in case may tanong pa kayo, nahiya magtanong, pumunta lang kayo sa website namin, sa jobs180.com, or email us, email me, here sa info@jobs180.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Instagram, para makakuha kayo ng mga latest trends in recruitment. Okay? Again, my name is Kim Chu Wa. Don't forget yung Wa. Okay? Baka Kim Chu lang maalala nyo. Na nagsasabing, be safe at isang magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Thank you.
All right. So, thank you, Sir Kim. Good morning po. Ayan. So,
Morning.
PUPians, pwede na po kayo mag-ask ng question. So, chance nyo na to. Ask nyo na lahat ng gusto nyo i-ask. And if curious kayo about resume link, anong meron sa resume link. Okay? So, Sir Kim, habang naghihintay tayo ng comments or questions from the audience. Okay, so, eto muna. Ano po ba ang benefit na makukuha natin sa pagkakaroon ng resume link?
Okay, thank you for that question. Yung benefit, actually maraming benefit. Marami na rin na-discuss ko kanina doon sa ating presentation. Pero ito yung mga hindi ko nabanggit. Babanggitin ko ngayon. Ayan. So, isa sa benefit kapag gumawa ka ng resume link is magkakaroon ka ng mga possible job matches sa mga companies. Okay, so yung mga companies na to, as they come along, when they have a need for anyone, and for anyone, for any position, kung nag-match yung profile mo dun sa mga profile na hinahanap nila, then you will be notified dun sa inyong email. Okay, so magkakaroon kayo ng mga job matches. No, hindi ko na i-explain further ibig sabihin ng job matches. So ang gagawin mo na lang next is up to you if you want to apply or not. No, if you want to accept that opportunity or that invitation or not. So at least you get One, that's additional benefit. Another one is kung may event yung school ninyo. In this case, no, for PUP Taguig, specifically for PUP Taguig, kung nag-register ka at pinili mo yung school mo, of course, si school mo is PUP Taguig, at nagkaroon sila ng event, meron silang event say for possible virtual career fair, kasi marami tayong ginagawang mga events right now. Pag meron mga ganong events, may virtual career fair or meron tayong mga other gatherings or other webinars kagaya nito, kapag nag-send ng invitation, isa rin kayo sa makakatanggap nun. So imagine, 'di ba? You're getting all these benefits on top of on top of all the things that I mentioned to you, yung security feature, yung tipid feature, yung efficiency feature na 'yan, lahat ng 'yan. Itong mga 'to, dagdag pa 'yan doon sa mapapakinabangan nyo when you have a resume link. Now again, those invitation, hindi naman kayo kailangan mag-comply kung ayaw nyo naman, 'di ba? So it's really up to you. At least you're getting more invitation, 'di ba? Maraming kumakatok po sa inyo. Ayan. So another benefit pa is kapag gumawa ka ng resume link, later on na to, fast forward, pag nakagraduate na kayo, ang maganda pa diyan is pwede rin po na kayo ay mag-continuously makikita pa rin ng mga ibang kumpanyang na-applyan nyo na before. So halimbawa, nag-apply ka kay Company 1, no? For some reason, hindi tayo pumasa or maybe kulang pa yung ating requirements or ating qualification for that Company 1. Okay, what will happen later on is that when you have more experience or more development sa career mo, pwede ka pa ma-consider ni Company 1. O, di ba? Yan yung maganda dyan. So, kahit na ilang taon na nakalipas, no? Basta meron kang resume link, yan po. You become part of that ecosystem. Ayan. So, I hope na-share ko pa yung mga added info na yun.
Ayan. So, may questions tayo, sir, from PUP. So, does the resume content really matters?
Oh, thank you, Sir Edson. Well, bibiruhin sana kita ng sagot eh. Sabihin ko, kung walang content, para saan pa yung yung information kung walang content? I know what you meant by that question. Does the resume content really matter? Of course it does. This is how you are presenting yourself, 'di ba? In a summarized version, no? Kumbaga you want to get the foot in the door. Diba? Yung mga ganung kasabihan, 'di ba? Sa dami-dami ng mga pinaprocess ng isang HR, like I'm speaking as an HR, sa dami-dami, the first thing that you really need to do is to catch their attention. Yun yung unang-una. Okay, so kung hindi mo na-catch attention nila, whether it's through those images or those cover photo na binanggit ko or through the content of your resume, which is what you're asking, then paano kanila mapapansin, di ba? Parang sa panliligaw lang yan di ba? Kailangan magkatinginan muna tayo, di ba? Para magkakitaan muna kayo kahit papaano. And then that person now gets to know you better. And same way with HR, ganun din. Then the person will get to know you better. The HR will read through those information at kapag na medyo nakita na nila yung swak doon sa requirement nila, then expect the next steps. The next steps ideally is we proceed to another interview, maybe final interview, or yung pinakagusto natin is job offer na. Yan yung kung ako lang, yan ang gusto ko gawin kaagad, diretso tayo sa job offer. 'Di ba? Kung pasado na. Ayan. Okay, so I hope na-answer ko yung tanong mo, Sir Edson. Yes, the resume content matters. Okay?
Ayan.
Okay.
So, I think, kaya na tayo, Sir Kim. And advice na lang po para sa mga audience natin.
Okay, so ako, advice ko lang is wag niyo na patagalin, no? When you have time, create your resume link. Wag kayong bibitaw. Huwag kayong susuko. Sa panahon ngayon, marami tayong mga naririnig left and right, puro negative. No? All the news are negative. Wala na ako nakikita sa news na positive. Diba? Parang lahat na lang nakikita ko sa news ngayon, puro negative na. So, hang on to it. Be appreciative. No? Be fortunate na kayo ay nakakapag-aral pa. Meron pa tayong learning sessions kahit na online. Diba? Lahat ito blessings. So, count all these blessings at marami pong mga companies nandyan, kagaya po ng FactSet, kagaya po ng ASPAC Philippines. Mamaya, in-invite natin sila to share more about their company. And there's a lot more of those companies who are offering their opportunities. So, just keep on applying. Okay? Kung hindi siya para sa iyo ngayon, hindi siya para sa iyo ngayon. No? Baka para sa iyo siya later on. Ayan. So, just keep on applying. Okay? Yun lang yan sa akin. Thank you.
Alright. So, thank you so much, Sir Kim. Wait. We have
may question
pa.
Okay.
Ayan. So, I think last na ito, Sir Kim. Does the POV, point of view of HR or other companies change when we change privacy settings?
You mean to say when you change your privacy settings, nagbabago rin ba? Yes, real time. Nagbabago siya real time. So if ever right now you put your birthday up, you put your address up, example lang, and your references up, makita ko yon. Let's say 2 minutes later, you decide to hide your birthday. Ayaw mo na pakita, baka batiin ka no HR. Halimbawa lang. So, i-off mo. Then pag sinave mo yung profile mo, ang mangyayari nun sa part ko, when I open your resume link, hindi ko na makita yung birthday mo, naka-off na siya. So that's basically when yan ibig sabihin ng real-time update. Okay? Ang maganda doon, ikaw may control everything about your information. Ayos.
All
Okay.
right. So thank you so much, Sir Kim. Maraming salamat po.
Okay,
Ayan.
thank
So
you
guys,
Ren.
if you still have questions, i-ask natin siya later offline. Pwede naman po. All right.
Thank
Okay, thank
you.
you, Sir
Bye-bye.
Kim, and see you po sa ating susunod pa mga talks.
Thank you.
All right. So let's have our next speaker. So the talent acquisition specialist po from FactSet. So she is a seasoned recruiting professional with over a decade of experience in full cycle recruitment that includes sourcing, interviewing, account or candidate management, offers generation or presentation, and onboarding. From FactSet, Miss Ruby Ann Del Rosario. Hi, ma'am.
Hello, good morning.
All right. Good morning, Miss
Hi,
Ruby.
can you hear me and can you see me clearly? Hello, Joyce.
Yes,
Good
ma'am. Loud and
morning.
clear po. Good morning, ma'am. Ayan. So, can you,
Okay,
ano pa, share your screen? Let's test po.
sure. Okay, let me just quickly share. Okay, can you see it now? I think it's
Ayan.
loading.
Yes, ma'am.
Ayan. Okay.
So, I leave it with ma'am. You have 20 minutes po. And see you later po.
All right, thank you so much, Joyce. Yeah, see you later. Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning, PUPians, students of PUP, and other people who are watching this broadcast or this live stream. So my name is Ruby Ann Del Rosario. I'm from FactSet Philippines. You may call me Ruby or BN for short. And from the introduction earlier, so I am a talent acquisition specialist. I've been in the recruitment industry for over a decade now, and I've done full cycle end-to-end recruiting processes. So for today, I am representing our company FactSet, and would be covering topics to give you tips on how to ace your interview, virtual interview, how to dress up, and how to answer questions. Okay. So before I proceed with my main topic, I'd like to introduce our company, FactSet. So FactSet basically is helping investment professionals outperform. So we create data and software solutions for investment professionals around the world, providing instant access to financial data and analytics that investors use to make crucial investment decisions. So FactSet is also consistently being recognized as a great place to work by leading publications in the US, UK, and France. So far, we have 40 consecutive years of revenue growth, over 141,000 total users of FactSet Workstation, with 10,000 employees globally, and $1.56 billion total ASV and professional services. So, of course, the primary purpose of FactSet is to drive the investment community to see more, think bigger, and do their best work. So, also part of our strategic goals include expand the universe of knowledge that clients trust, share intelligence, how, where, and when clients want it, and create new ways to uncover what's possible together. So basically, we collaborate with clients, we assist them on all the financial data that they would need using our software, which is the FactSet Workstation. Okay, so FactSet is a global enterprise partner. So we do partner with investment managers, wealth managers, hedge funds, investment bankers, private equity, and research. So these are the services that we offer to our clients globally. So for today, we were given this agenda to steps on dressing up for a virtual interview and tips on answering interview questions. Because of course, as of now, we have embraced the digital era, and come the pandemic, we needed to adapt to these changes, which is switching to a virtual world in terms of doing interviews. So, of course, in a virtual interview, you have to dress up properly. Just the same as what you do with a face to face interview, you also need to be prepared enough to present yourself well to your prospective employer. So, what to wear for a video interview? So, I have like 5 tips on how to dress up for your video interview or virtual interview. Of course, in a virtual interview, you should dress the same, and it would not only make you appear professional, but it would also give you that excitement and give you more confidence in presenting yourself to your prospective employer. So, video interviews offer a significant advantage over in-person meetings because primarily you have the control over your environment, your setup, your background, and how your interviewer will see you. So it's really up to your control. And of course, considerations include your backdrop, your outfit, your presentation of yourself. Okay. So number one is always wear professional attire. So despite the fact that we are just using a virtual or video for our interview and we're just limited to our space in that screen, it doesn't erase the fact that you still have to look presentable. So you should wear professional attire. Try to dress the same as you would in a face-to-face interview. So oftentimes when we go to an interview, we wear formal dresses. Um, for girls or for ladies, you would wear a good blouse or a good skirt or pants that would come together with your presence. And for guys, normally you would wear colored polos or long sleeves with slacks. So just like what we do in the off face-to-face interview, you also have to prepare for that video interview. Okay. So again, this would not only make you look attractive in the camera, but it would also give you more confidence as you go through the interview. All right. So it's also important to coordinate your top and your lower half. So oftentimes we do for a virtual meeting or virtual interviews that it's only the top that we are preparing. Yes, that's ideal. But if you can, it's also best if you could match your top and your lower half because of course to avoid unexpected circumstances. For example, if you need to stand up and get something, so unconsciously you may not be conscious about the camera and then the interviewer can see you. So it's very important to have a presence of mind, most especially if you're doing a virtual interview. All right. So next is surroundings. So you should Okay, I think I'm losing my connection. Okay, so it's very important to prepare for your background. If you do not have a good spot in your room or in your house, you could make use of virtual backdrops. So there are a lot of options in Google that you could choose from to use as your backdrop. So when choosing backdrop, you should consider formality. Of course, attending a video interview on a corporate setup would give you that formal feel. So of course, if you're attending a hiring manager's interview, you won't be using a beach backdrop or a backdrop in the mountains or a picnic backdrop. So you should be using a formal or at least a presentable or a decent background. So try to look for images in Google, for example, images of an office setup. or maybe like an aesthetic look for your background. So there are a lot of options in Google. All right. So next is remove any distracting elements. So of course, during an interview, a face-to-face interview, one way of impressing our interviewer is, using or wearing some accessories or jewelry at that matter. So in video interview, try to avoid wearing any sparkly jewelry or any flashy or revealing clothes because it would be a distraction for your interviewer, also for yourself, since you can also see yourself on screen while you are attending the interview. So, of course, we don't want to have any distraction, and we just want the 100% focus of our interviewer to us. So, just try to avoid wearing any like dangling earrings or a big necklace, flashy and sparkly jewelries. So, just reserve that for other occasions. You can just be simple. You can just look nice and presentable in the screen. Okay. So next is ditch the stripe or pattern shirts. So this is also one of the considerations in the virtual setup because sometimes um, wearing patterned shirts or the striped shirts would give others like seizure or migraine. There's an effect to other people, and of course we do not want to bring harm to our interviewers, and we also would like to consider their welfare at the same time. So try to avoid very colored or bright color shirts. If you can just wear something neutral, like you could stick with plain colors or neutral colors, probably black, white, gray, brown, like blue. Just try to avoid bright colors as much as possible, most especially if you are applying for an office based position or like an office kind of job. We also try to match it with the role that you are trying to apply for. If ever you are trying to apply for a fashion designer position, or at least marketing something, and you needed really to wear those clothes, then that could be considered. But as much as possible, try to limit yourself with the neutral colors as your shirt and as your dress colors. Okay. So for the guys, usually we recommend to wear at least colored top with neutral color. If you could wear long sleeves or polo, that is best because you can really look nice in that polo or in that long sleeve. For the girls, it's also good to invest on a good blouse, and that would highlight your look and your decency. Try to avoid any revealing clothes because again, we do not want to make any distraction, and we just want to be professional and look formal in front of the camera. Okay. So of course, for the last, you can record yourself in what you're going to wear. So well, it's standard for everyone that before you attend an interview, you have to practice. You have to see what you're going to look like in front of the camera. So try to record yourself before the big day. So you could actually just try to record at least a short clip just to look or just to see how you look. And there are a lot of room for improvement for you to prepare for that big day, for that interview. So these are the things that you need to consider really during this time that virtual interviews are happening, and it would really help you a lot to ace that interview, that virtual interview. Okay, so for our next topic, it's virtual interview answering interview questions. So of course, as fresh grads or as newly fresh grads technically, you don't have yet much exposure or let's see experience in attending interviews. Other universities conduct their mock interviews before graduation, but not everyone, not all universities do that. So it's also very important to know how to properly answer interview questions and how to present yourself. Okay, so we have tips on answering interview questions. First one is you have to be professional and personable. So in any interview, first thing in mind, you have to relax. You have to calm yourself. I know the nerves can get the best of you at times, but you also have to be professional at all times. So you could just give a good smile. You can start a good conversation, probably build rapport with your interviewer just to shake off that nervousness, to shake off that nerves that are getting the best of you. So you can be, just give a smile, be friendly, but don't overdo it. Don't be too friendly with your interviewer because there's still the limitation that you are the applicant and your interviewer or your hiring manager is your prospective employer. So you have to maintain that level of professionalism. At the same time, be just be comfortable with your interviewer. It's very very important. And you, of course, have to monitor your body language. So, in a virtual setup, this is also one of the critical things that you need to consider your body language. So, as applicant, you don't need to be stiff. You can, just do a little movement, but again, do not overdo it. Do not be grand or, grand gestures. You can just make simple hand gestures because it would help you express yourself well. So just be comfortable, uh, just don't overdo things, and be mindful of your body language. It would also give that impression to the interviewer that you are comfortable and that you can express yourself well. Okay. And then next is be yourself and be truthful. So, of course, in any interview that we are attending, we have to be honest. We have to be ourselves because we're not just selling our skills to their employers. We're also selling our personality, our character to our prospective employers. Because, of course, as applicant, we always want to look for the best employer that could give us uh, the career that we are looking for. And at the same time, you should also offer your truthfulness or your true self to your employer because basically you would be investing yourself to them. At the same time, they will also invest on your skills. So it's a two-way relationship. So of course, it's very, very important to always be honest during the interview. So if you don't, for example, if there are questions that you're not familiar with or you're not really knowledgeable of, just be honest and just do not hesitate to express yourself because the interview is actually an experience for you. So you have to make the most out of it. Okay. So whatever that you would put in your resume, always make sure that it's accurate, all the data are correct, because we do not want an applicant, making stories about his or her skills or about the details provided in the resume. And next is do not hesitate to ask questions. So this is often asked to me by applicants if it's okay to ask questions during the interview. Definitely yes, it's okay to ask questions about the interview. it would give an impression to the interviewer that you are really interested for the position that you are applying for, and for the company also that you are trying to enter to apply for. So do not hesitate to ask questions, but please have the limitation on what up to what extent you can ask questions. So during that interview with the hiring manager, it's just right to ask questions about the role, about the company, about probably the benefits of the company, the benefits that you will get as an employee if ever you would be hired. It's okay to ask that. And as interviewers or as hiring managers, we owe to give you that kind of information. Of course, it's not just you who is selling yourself to us, but it's also us who is selling our company or as an employer to applicants like you. Okay. And lastly, have fun. So do not forget to have fun. Stay calm. Just be comfortable. Just relax. I know, again, nerves may get the best of you. You may be very nervous to attend your interview, most especially for those who are just attending it the first time. So, just try to focus and concentrate on yourself, and do not forget to have fun, because only um, by enjoying that experience would give you the lessons that you have to learn um, to this journey, getting the role that you are aiming for and dreaming of in the company, in your dream company. So just don't forget to have fun, enjoy the experience, and just be comfortable. So yeah, basically that's it for my tips on dressing up and answering interview questions on a virtual interview. So if you are interested in FactSet, you can connect with us through www.factset.com and /careers. So you could look for the openings that we have right now. We have a lot of openings for fresh graduates and for professionals, for experienced professionals as well. So thank you so much, and I hope you've learned a lot from my topic, from the ones that I've covered, and just feel free to ask questions if you have. Thank you so much.
All right. So thank you, Mr. B.
Thank you, Joyce.
So PUPians, the floor is now open. You may now ask questions. So ask nyo na lahat anong meron ngayon sa virtual interviews, lalo na ngayon na everything is done online. Diba? Mapa-klase or mapa-trabaho online na. So
Right.
natin malaman ano ba yung mga virtual things na kailangan nyo malaman, no? Eto, ayan. Para may question tayo, ma'am. So, from
Sure.
Edson Icona. So, in this time of pandemic, since you've experienced personal and now virtual interview, what do you think easy to deal with an applicants for interview, in person or virtual?
It actually depends. Of course, the most ideal setup is face to face still, because with face to face interview, you can really have that feel, that connection with the candidate. You could see the expression of the face, the body movements, and all. But of course, depends on the situation. Right now, since we are on a pandemic and we don't have any choice but to do the virtual interviews. So for applicants, I would suggest that just think of it as really a formal interview, just like what you are doing when you are attending face to face. So you could, set your mind and have that mindset that you have to be professional, you have to look presentable and decent with, and if it's just in front of the camera, why not give your best shot in every interview that you are attending. So it really depends on the situation. But right now, yes, of course, the ideal is the virtual one.
All right. So, thank you, ma'am. I hope na-answer yan, Sir Edson.
Yes, I hope I answered the question.
Ayan. So, sige lang po. Ask lang tayo. So, habang naghihintay, ako may question ako kasi since nabasa ko ito somewhere or napanood ko rin na since sabi ko I've mentioned na everything is done online, di ba? Or virtually.
Online now.
Yes. So, parang may nagsabi na hindi dapat gumamit ng virtual background kapag interview. So, gusto ko lang pong malinawan, should I use or should I not use virtual background po for interview?
Well, it actually depends on the person. Hindi kasi lahat din merong magandang space sa bahay. We understand that as interviewers. We totally understand that. Of course, it's ideal if we could, see the actual background. Pero kasi let's give it to the people. Privacy din kasi, di ba, normally. And most of the time kasi we are in our sa kwarto lang natin. So, syempre, hindi naman natin gusto din ipakita lahat. Pero if you can have that spot in your room, pwede naman yun, parang yan, katulad ng ginagawa ko, meron lang akong wallpaper. So, meron lang akong parang corner sa room ko na I can use for, meetings, for interviews, para at least presentable naman. Pero if talagang wala, yun, worst comes to worst, you can use naman a decent pack job. In hindi naman siya red flag for us as hiring managers or as interviewers, as long as it matches the field. Diba nga sabi ko kanina, for example, if you're applying for a managerial position or an office-based position, hindi ka pwedeng gumamit ng beach background or ng parang nasa picnic ka or nasa mountain ka or parang food yung background mo kasi it doesn't match, 'di ba, yung feel ng interview. So, maraming options naman online na formal yung backdrop. Ayan, marami na ngayon talagang available. So, you could use that naman. Ibabagay na lang natin doon sa setup. Yeah.
Alright. Thank you po. So, another question po ay, does Foxet offer work from home setup, either temporary or permanent? And if so, what package do you usually provide?
Yes, right now actually we are temporarily working from home. We do have a skeletal workforce in on-site, pero it's just skeletal, so konti lang talaga sila. So right now, since we are ongoing hiring namin, we offer temporary work from home setup. But of course, we always set the expectations to the applicants that the position is still office-based. So if we get a mandate from the government na, balik na kayo 100% sa office, then we'll go back to the office. But right now, yes, we offer temporary work from home setup. And I'm not sure what package is you're referring to. But just to share, we also provide equipments for applicants. So yun for our new hires, as long as yung area nila is serviceable. So ideally within Metro Manila or nearby provinces. Ayan, nare-reach naman sila ng equipment delivery provider namin. So, yeah, ayun.
Daw may Shopee package kayo, ma'am, or Lazada package. Anyway, so another question po ay from Miss Lovely. So, good day po. Kailangan po ba na English language lang ang gagamitin during interviews? Salamat po.
Okay. Well, actually, ideally, of course, we want to, present ourselves by speaking in English. Again, most importantly, lalo na if global yung company, multinational yung company, you will not just deal with Filipinos. You will not just deal with local. You will be dealing with global clients, global employees as well. So, of course, that's very ideal if you could use English language, not only to, impress the employer, but also to practice yourself as well. Kasi it would help you. Actually, it would really help you with your journey in the corporate setup if you would try to practice and be proficient in English language. Although, yes, there are times that the managers can, can accept or allow applicants to express themselves in Filipino language. But as much as possible, if we can, just, use the English language for the interview.
All right. Thank you so much, Ms. Ruby. So I think there are
You're
no more
welcome.
questions po from the audience. Advice na lang, ma'am, na ibigay niyo po sa ating mga PUPians.
Advice, explore and explore. So do not limit yourself kung kasi normally dyan pag fresh grads, meron na silang mga dream companies. Kasi pinagdaanan ko rin naman yun. Meron akong target company and yun yung priority ko. Yes, you can have your dream company, but you don't have to limit yourself exploring other companies. So, like ngayon kasi dahil virtual na, you have all the resources to check kung ano ba yung mga companies na gusto niyo talagang applyan, check on their culture, the company information, the benefits that they are providing the applicants kasi yun din yung pwedeng maging advantage ng company sa inyo. So just feel free to explore and make sure that you are really interested for the position that you are applying for and that you invest your time and effort with every employer, prospective employer that you will, put your application or give your application to. So, yun guys. Good luck. Good luck lalo na sa mga fresh grads.
Ayan, maraming salamat po, Miss Ruby. Thank you, ma'am, for
Thank
sharing
you
your
so
knowledge
much.
po and expertise po. We wish to have you on our next set of webinars po. Thank you, ma'am. Again,
Thank you so much for
guys,
having
if you're
me.
interested, just check po www.jobs180.com/factsetcareers. Ayan, thank you so much, Miss Ruby.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye po. Ayan, so let's check our next speaker. Excuse me. So our last speaker for today, so the HR coordinator from ASPAC. So she's engaged and motivated HR with 3 plus more than 3 years experience, currently working as HR coordinator in ASPAC International Incorporated, a logistics firm and handling sourcing and hiring. So the HR coordinator from ASPAC, Miss Mara Jem Rosas. Hi ma'am, good morning po.
Hello, good morning, Miss
Hi ma'am, good
Joyce.
morning. Yes ma'am.
And hear me clearly po?
Yes ma'am, loud and clear.
Okay, so good morning everyone and good morning to all our viewers. I'm Myra Jim Rosas from Aspect International Inc. And I'm here to talk about tips on how to secure your pre-employment requirements. Okay, so before we start, just a little bit of disclaimer lang. These are the requirements that primarily required for any employee. Also, these details are, or the information that I'm going to share with you might change in the near future. Okay, so let's start. So what is pre-employment requirements? So those are the documents that requires or need to be accomplished before an employee begins a new job. What is the importance of that? So this is to reduce the risk of hiring someone who could cause the company or business difficulties. And it's very crucial part of the recruitment process actually. Dito nagtatagal mostly yung applicant sa pagpa-process ng mga requirements. And advice ko lang, since you're preparing for your future and your stepping stone is to find a decent job, you need to be ready or prepare your pre-employment requirements while waiting sa mga or sa magiging employer mo. Kasi as an HR, I prioritize yung mga applicants na may documentations or requirements na para I can't wait for them ng matagal, lalo na pag urgent yung position. Okay, so next. Pre-employment requirements. So those are transcript of records, and diploma, NBI clearance, barangay clearance, social security system number, pag-ibig number, PhilHealth number, TIN number, birth certificate from PSA, and medical examination. So I'll discuss it one by one. Okay, so let's go to transcript of records and diploma. It is a documentation of a student's permanent academic record, which usually means all courses taken, all grades received, all honors received, and degrees conferred to a student. So, how to get TOR and diploma in new world of work? So, I give you example. On what I gather from PUP Taguig, since yung audience natin is more on from PUP or PUPians. So, visit PUP Online Document Request or ODRS through this link, Online Document Request System, and then at the landing page, please select the campus you completed your studies. So once selected, please register a new account if this is your first time requesting for a document. If you have previously made a request through the OTRS, just log in your account details. So after logging in, click New Request, redirecting you to the document requesting for. So step 2, fill out all the required fields and check all the documents you want to request for, either TOR or diploma. Then click Submit to finalize the request. And then releasing of documents. So you will choose it if it's for pickup or delivery. So most of my co-employees or yung mga na-hire ko, ganyan yung process sa pagkuha nila ng documents sa mga school nila. Pero it varies pa din, depends on the policy of your university. Okay, so next slide is the NBI clearance. So yeah, it tells your prospective employers that you don't have a national criminal record. So, ano ba yung mga steps or online process natin? Step 1, next slide. Online registration and appointment setting. So, visit the clearance.nbi.gov.ph. Ganyan po yung makikita nyong setup when you click this link. And next is proceed tayo sa payment. So, ito yung mga NBI clearance fees na na-search ko. So, 130 for clearance certificate plus 25 pesos for using e-payment service or pay online. And the fees are usually subject to change, so please check their website for updates. And photo and fingerprint capture. Applicant must proceed to the selected station date and present the following. So, 2 valid issued ID, reference number, and official receipt of payment. Ano ba yung mga valid IDs natin? Next, sir. Valid IDs, it is birth certificate, passport, SSS ID or UMID, TIN ID, voter's ID, PhilHealth ID, postal ID, driver's license, school ID with registration form. This is to remind lang, no appointment, no entry policy tayo. So, kung noon hanggang step 6 yung gagawin mo sa pagkuha ng NBI, mag-fill up ka ng form, data checking, payment and coding, photo and fingerprint scanning, and then clearance printing. Ngayon, hanggang step 3 na lang tayo. So, go to NBI site and register, then make a schedule and pay it. So, when the schedule comes, go to NBI branch and get your NBI clearance. So, that's it. So, and if you want guide on how to apply on the NBI clearance, so visit mo lang yung link na nalagay ko dyan, yung nbiclearance.online.com/NBI-clearance guide to apply. Makikita nyo yung pinlash ko kanina na steps on how to get your NBI online. Next slide is the, NBI renewal. So, if meron ka ng existing NBI, ganito yung makikita niyong setup. So, bakit ka ba mag-renew? It's either expired na siya, may error, same process lang din, and bring 2 valid IDs. Okay? Next slide po is, so fill out nyo lang yan. After nyo, i-click yung renewal and then proceed kayo dyan sa next process. Next slide, please. And then yan. Let's go to police clearance po. It is proof that you don't have criminal records locally. So what are the steps? Okay, first is online registration and appointment setting. So visit the pntclearance.ph. And the next po is payment. So, police clearance fees, 100 pesos for clearance certificate, 150 or higher if clearance ID siya, and 160 through website. So, ayun din, fees are usually subject to change. So, please check their website for updates. So you can pay this via LBP, ATM, GCash, BankNet cards. For. And then next is the barangay. Oh, sorry. So step 3, photo and fingerprint capture. Applicant must proceed to the selected police station date and present the following. So 2 valid IDs then, reference number, and official receipt of payment. So, and last step is release of clearance. Ayan siya. So, barangay clearance. So, 1 day process lang din ito. Like the police clearance. This is proof that you don't have record on your barangay. So, what are the steps? Go to your barangay hall, present valid ID or cedula, and then payment. If may payment siya. So, don't forget lang yung dry seal. Kasi, hinahanap namin siya or chine-check namin siya as an employer. Next slide. Social Security System number. So employers will use this number to report your income to the Internal Revenue Service and to report your Social Security wages to the Social Security Administration. So what are those steps? So first is visit the SSS website or www.sss.gov.ph and click the icon No SS number yet or apply online. So click nyo lang siya. And then step 2, accomplish all fields of the online form correctly and click submit. And your link shall be sent to the registered email, which will enable the registrant to continue with the SS number application. Okay, so step 3, after clicking the link, supply all required information from basic information up to beneficiaries information correctly. Step 4, prior to the generation of an SS number, please review and correct the electronically filled out registration form. Step 5, click the Generate SS number button, then wait for the system to display the generated SS number and an option to print the e-personal record form and SS number slip. And the registrant will also receive an email confirmation indicating the generated SS number, a copy of the SS number slip, and further instructions on completing the application. So step 6, print e-personal record form, SS number slip, and the SS number application confirmation email, body sent to you by the SS number issuance. And last, go to the nearest SSS branch and submit your printed records together with the required documentary requirements. Okay? If married, bring a copy of your marriage contract, certificate, and if with children, so also bring copies of their birth certificate also. So reminders lang, the registrant's membership status with SSS shall remain temporary until the required supporting documents have been submitted to the nearest SSS branch. So next is Pag-ibig number. What is Pag-ibig number? Officially called the Home Development Mutual Fund or HDMF. And it is the Philippine savings system that supplies housing loans to public and private employees as well as self-employed person who applied for membership. So ano ba? Pag-ibig stands for what ba? So pagtutulungan sa kinabukasan, ikaw, bangko, industriya at gobyerno. So yun po yung meaning ng pag-ibig. The HDMF works with these 4 sectors to help Filipinos secure their future through saving and affordable housing. So, how to process Pag-ibig number nowadays? First is visit the Pag-ibig website, www.pagibigfundservice.com.ph, and then ayan po yung makikita nyo when you click this link. Okay? So, next po is accomplish the pre-registration form. And next is fill out the online registration form. So after submitting your name and birth date, the system will check its database if you've registered before. If the system finds no records that match your information, you'll be directed to the Pag-ibig membership registration form. Next is after submitting the online form, this successful registration page will appear, which confirms that your Pag-ibig online registration has been completed. Okay, so read all the instructions carefully. So, okay, step 4 is print the members data form. So, after submitting the online form, the successful registration page will appear, which confirms that your Pag-ibig online registration has been completed. Okay? So, yan po yung makikita nyo. Take note of your RTN. Right after your registration, you should also receive a text message with your RTN from the Pag-ibig Fund. So you can use the RTN for paying contributions while waiting for your permanent Pag-ibig number. So if you're employed, give the RTN to your HR or employer so they can start remitting your contributions. Okay, next po. Ayan. So, how to verify your Pag-ibig number? So, after 2 working days, request the permanent Pag-ibig MID number via SMS. So, ayan po. Create a text message in this format. Nagbigay din po ako ng example and then send it to any of those numbers. So, Globe NTM, Smart TNT, and Sun. If it doesn't work, so call the Pag-ibig hotline 8724-4244 to inquire on your Pag-ibig number. So legit siya kasi tinawagan ko siya yesterday. Okay, next is the PhilHealth number. So PhilHealth is a government agency attached to the Department of Health that provides health insurance in the Philippines. So PhilHealth's mandate is to ensure that all citizens have access to affordable healthcare. However, it does not directly provide medical services. Rather, PhilHealth is the government's health insurance provider. Okay. So, ayan, just fill out 2 copies of the PhilHealth member registration form. Ganyan po yung itsura niya. And then next po is submit PMRF to the nearest local health insurance office together with the following documents. So, 2 one by one, latest ID picture, and 2 valid IDs. So, I mentioned earlier po yung mga valid IDs na dadalhin natin. So, step 3 is await member data record or the MDR and PhilHealth ID card. So, as of the moment, PhilHealth online registration is currently not available pa. Okay, next po is the TIN number. So, what is TIN number? Okay, so how to process your TIN number? So first is accomplish BIR from 1902 and submit same together with the documentary requirements to the employer. The employer shall accomplish applicable sections of the application form. Next po is submit BIR form 1902 to the Revenue District Office having jurisdiction over the place of the office of the employer where such employee is expected to report for work. Ano bang kami, ASPAC po is located in Parañaque. So ang RDO namin is 52. While Taguig ata is RDO 44, I guess. So, ayan, deadline. New employee shall accomplish and file the application within 10 days from the date of deployment. So, if wala ka pang team, mag-fill out lang kayo ng 1902 and yung employer nyo or first employer nyo po yung magpa-process nun. prior to your employment. Okay? So, there's a lot of forms po ang BIR. So, I'll show you then. Next slide po. Ayan. So, ayun nga yung tinutukoy ko, BIR Form 1902. If wala ka pang PIN. Next is the BIR Form 1905. This is form used to transfer your records from your previous revenue district office to the employer's RDO po. Next is the BIR 2305. This form is used to update your employer and employee information and update of exemption or tax status. And next is BIR Form 2316. We require employees to submit the BIR Form 2316 from their last employer if their separation date is within the current year. So, ayan. So, sana clear po sa inyo yung pagkakaiba-iba ng form ng BIR. Next po is the birth certificate from PSA. So, dati, birth certificate from NSO. So, ngayon, mas humingi po kami from PSA. And what is birth certificate? This is a vital record that establishes the birth of a child. So it is an official form that gives details on the time and place of a person's birth, and his or her name, sex, mother, and name, mother's name, and usually father's name. So what are the steps? First, access the PSA Service website, and then step 2, enter the requested information in the contact and delivery information form. Step 3, select birth certificate to start making a request. And then next po, fill out online application. So ayan po yung mga hinihingi nila. Your name, your delivery address, and visit the website or the register.plcs.com.ph po for more details. Okay, next po. Pay through accredited channels. Okay. So, pag po delivery siya within the Philippines, so ang na-search ko is 330 pesos per copy. And pag delivery naman siya to other countries is $20.30 per copy naman. So the above fees po are inclusive of processing, delivery, and government taxes. So payments can be done through the following. Okay? Here in Philippines, so credit card, BDO, Union Bank, and Bayad Center. And last step po is wait for delivery. Okay? So, wait lang. Additional lang. How quick ba yung pag-deliver ng birth certificate? So, it depends syempre sa delivery address mo. Pag Metro Manila, it is 3 to 5 working days after the payment. Kung sa other cities or provinces yan, 4 to 9 working days after the payment, or sa other countries naman, 6 to 8 weeks after the payment. Okay? And last is the medical examination. So it often happens to the individual may not be aware of a certain condition, and the examination brings this to his or her attention. So it enables the person to take necessary steps to correct health concerns and prevent employers from unknowingly putting the new employer or existing employees in danger. So primarily, it's used for the safety in the workplace. So here in ASPAC po, we provide medical referrals para ma-priority or ma-accommodate kayo easily. So in our referred clinic, so usually antigen test muna since ayan, so new world tayo, pandemic tayo ngayon. So antigen first, then proceed to the medical examinations. So amount may vary depends on the clinic po. Next slide. So, sa medical examination, it includes the complete physical exam, chest x-ray, complete blood count, urinalysis, fecalysis, drug test, ECG if you're 35 years old and above, pregnancy test, and antigen test. Okay? So, wait, I'll show you po a short video about Aspect International Inc. So, here it goes. Hindi ata mag-play yung sounds. Okay. So, I guess nagka-problem yung audio. So, hindi niyo siya ma-feel masyado yung presentation or yung short video about ASPAC. So, please visit our website na lang, aspactfields.com.ph, and then makikita niyo po doon kung ah ano po yung mga hiring namin and ano po ba yung mga sineserve ni ASPAC. Okay? So, that's it. And thank you for listening, and I hope you find it helpful. So, have a nice day, everyone.
Alright, so thank you so much, Miss Mara. So parang nagkaroon lang ng problem dun sa audio dun sa last part. But
Oh.
guys, if you'd like to check po, just kindly visit their website, or just check www.shops180.com slash wait, I forgot ko. ASPAC. ASPAC Philippines. So, yeah.
Aspactfields.com.ph.
Alright. So guys, if you have questions, feel free to ask po. You may now ask Miss Mara. Ayan. So, parang additional info lang din. Parang, I believe, ma'am, parang for the fresh graduates, libre na po ata yung mga ibang government transactions and requirements. I believe. Ito yung First Time Job Seekers Assistance Act. So, napiniramahan last year ni President Duterte. So, I believe, for fresh grad, libre po, libre siya.
Yes, the NBI clearance, police clearance, barangay clearance, pero may mga supporting documents. So, pwede nyo siya i-search online po.
So, I'm not really sure kung paano nyo siya i-claim ng libre, pero you can check their website. So, nagbibigay po sila ng libre for the fresh graduates. Okay? Ayan. So, questions, guys? Okay. Ma'am, ano po yung mga open positions ni ASPAC today na baka pwede nyo pong i-share if in case
Okay.
interested
So,
pong ating mga estudyante?
Okay, so for fresh graduates, so open kami for sales coordinator, break bulk coordinator, junior accountants, brokerage assistant, customs declarant, ayan po yung open natin for fresh graduates. And with experience naman po, open po tayo for customer service, supervisor, admin or building and admin manager, and brokerage junior manager, ayan. So, yan po yung mga opens. Okay, so visit our website. So we'll put naman po dun sa website yung mga hiring natin.
Ayan. So, I think walang question ma'am, pero I believe gusto rin malaman ito ng mga estudyante. So, i-ask ko na lang on behalf of them. So, question ko rin to dati nung fresh grad ako. So, baka nahiya lang silang itanong. Ma'am, may binibigay na deadline, di ba, pag nagpapasa ng requirements. Paano po kapag mag-start na hindi pa kompleto yung requirements? Ano pong mangyayari sa application ko? Diba? Parang
Okay.
ganun.
So, here in ASPAC naman, so, nagbibigay kami deadline ng 1 week. Pero, syempre, due to pandemic na din, at hindi natin maiiwasan yung circumstances na ma-experience nila sa pagkuha ng requirements. So, binibigyan po namin sila ng we give time po para ma-complete talaga. Pero yun nga po yung in-assure namin, hindi namin kayo i-deploy nang hindi siya po. Okay? So, hindi natin ma-measure yung time ngayon kasi nga po due to our new world situation na rin. Due to
Totoo po.
pandemic. So,
Limited yung mga
naiintindihan natin.
transactions, kahit yung
Yes.
pagsakay papunta. Ayan.
Opo. Lalo na ngayon, ang daming nagbabago yung GCQ, ECQ, ayan. So, we give time to the applicant.
All right. Thank you. All right. Thank you, ma'am. So, ma'am, may question tayo from the audience. So, from Mr. Edson Articona. So, ang question niya is, how do you deal with applicant that submits requirements po from a fixer?
Okay. So, from a fixer, many times na nangyari sa amin yan. So, we won't consider them. Kasi, first, honesty. Nasa core values ni ASPAC or shared values ni ASPAC, yung honesty and integrity. So, first thing pa lang, nagpa-process ka pa lang ng requirements mo, fixer or hindi ka na honest, so we will no longer consider you as an applicant or as an employee ni ASPAC. So, like for example po, sa NBI. So, mostly NBI, mandaming fixers. And so, we do scanning para ma-check namin if legit ba yung inasa nilang requirements. So, ayun, dun pa lang nag-check namin if legit. So, we will no longer consider with that kind of attitude.
So dumadaan pala talaga sa legit check po. No, ma'am?
Yeah,
So, oo. Ayan, guys, alam nyo na. Mapapadali nga kayo sa fixer, pero mapapamahal naman kayo at magkakaroon pa ng aberya. So, dumaan po kayo sa tamang proseso. Wala namang madaling daan or paraan. So, lahat. Idaan nyo sa tama. Okay? So, mga fixer, alam nyo na. Okay. So, thank you so much, Miss Mara. So, I think wala na pong questions from the audience. What advice na lang po would you like to give them po before tayo mag-end?
Okay, so advice lang, if you're fresh graduate, so be prepared. Kasi, ayan, lalo na mas priority namin ngayon is yung, lalo na pag urgent po yung position, priority namin is yung with complete requirements na. Okay? So, be confident and just be yourself. That's all. Thank you, Miss Joy.
All right. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your knowledge and experience po and expertise. We so wish to have you po on our next set of webinars. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. So, ayan. So, thank you, guys. And to officially close today's session, may we call on Professor Bernadette Canlas, Head of Student Services of PUP Taguig, for closing remarks.
Good day to everyone. First of all, warm greetings to our students who attended and gave their time to this webinar presented to us by Jobs 180. Students were among those greatly affected by the pandemic, not only in matters of health and safety, but most especially in their education. In spite of the dangers caused by COVID-19, still students need to study and learn in order to develop themselves. Sad to say that most of our students were not able to experience actual on-the-job trainings in various companies as part of their academic requirements. Still, some were able to do away with OJT at home, and others were given tasks to compensate for their supposed hours of trainings. The topics discussed this morning are a big help, especially to our graduating students. I hope that our students will take into heart the contents of each topic presented because they are very timely and will serve as a reminder and gain new knowledge, most importantly to those who plan to have a job in the near future. Our aim is to prepare our dear students in the new normal world of work in terms of how to apply for a job online, how to manage or handle virtual interviews, and how to secure pre-employment requirements because we know these are vital in finding a job that you believe you will grow and develop your full potential. To Mr. Kim Chua, Managing Director of Jobs 180, to the organizers who made this event possible, through the coordination of our guidance counselor, Ms. Liway Maliksi, to our beloved students, our heartfelt thanks. In behalf of our ever-supportive Director, Dr. Marisa B. Ferrer, together with the PUP Taguig branch officials, faculty, and staff, we hope for your continued success. Let us all together face and accept the challenges of the new ways of training and learning. Again, thank you so much. May God bless us all. Keep safe, everyone.
All right, so thank you so much, ma'am. All right, so for the evaluation, you will be going to have an evaluation, guys. So you need to evaluate the event. Okay, so the evaluation link is going to, ayan, saan ito? Ayan, I think if flash later sa screen para makita nyo po or nasa comment section, nakapin po siya. So please fill out the online evaluation. Okay, so or you may check po Miss Liway for the evaluation link. Okay, so through evaluation po, doon po makikita yung inyong attendance if you did watch or join the webinar. Okay, so please fill out the online evaluation form. All right, so thank you so much, everyone. And we would like also to thank CEO Group for being one of our corporate sponsors for this event. And please check out their store in Lazada and Shopee or at the nearest mall in your area to shop for your corporate attire needs. And for, of course, career opportunities, you may visit jobs180.com/CEO Group. Okay, so maraming salamat po. Please watch out for the next set of webinars we are hosting for. And please check our Facebook page for the topics that will be discussed. And you are guys welcome to join in on those sessions too if you want more. So, guys, see you and have a great afternoon. Maraming salamat po.
We are ASPAC, and we go beyond logistics. We believe that it's not just about organizing the smoothest processes. It's about providing the smartest solutions along with it too. Yes, we expertly deliver an effective and reliable flow of goods and services from point of origin to point of consumption. Transportation check. Warehousing check. Forwarding check. Brokerage check. IT solutions check. Cargo management, consultancy, integration check, and a big check. Within this sequence of movements of planes and trains, ships and trucks, docks and locks, keys and scans, goods and treasures, there's always our experienced and resourceful manpower, our safe hands, our sharp ears. We listen, we learn. We know that there's no one solid formula for all logistics needs. Finding the suitable solution matters. We modify, we innovate, we customize. That's how we strive for success for our customers and their customers. We are ASPAC, founded in the Philippines. 40 years of reliable logistics and solutions expertise, 8 highly integrated networks of international hubs, 200 pairs of expert hands and ears, over 50 partner carriers and movers, a glowing number of certifications and recognitions, constantly innovating IT solutions. Be one of our 250 customers and partners. We are ASPAC, your global channel, your local partner. Visit www.aspacfields.com.ph for more information.